How's it going there, guys? Hey, this is Jeremy again here with Consciousness Awake. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I want to talk about the magical power, magical energetic power of our hands, our right hand and our left hand. In this video, though, I want to focus more on the hand that takes in energy. So for me, I've heard that some people are different. I've heard from other people's experiences that sometimes, like for me, my right palm definitely pumps energy out, and my left palm definitely takes in energy from my other hand, or from other people's hands, or the environment, or just the natural energy just flowing around, etc. So that's my experience with it. But some people have mentioned that it's the opposite for them. So that said, let's focus on a few different things here. Before I get into the energy port and the micro chakras that are attached to your hands, that intersect and entangle into your etheric energy body layer, which is enmeshed into your physical body, and then your soul energy is basically in between that physical layer and that etheric energy layer. And the etheric body, it seems to be, as it's enmeshing into the physical body, it seems to be the reason why our soul is centered into this human body. So without the etheric energy layer, there wouldn't be anything, so to speak, anything technically that would be helping to kind of like center and unlock in the soul into the human body. So these energy ports on the hands, these micro chakras on the fingers that I'm going to describe to you in just a second, I just want to kind of clarify that visualization that all of those that the energies are actually are connected into the etheric body, and then also into the astral bodies. And so, I mean, from my own perspective and experiences, there's at least 7 different astral bodies. A body that is associated with each of the different planes, layers of the astral realm. And there's 7 main chakras, and I believe that the 7 main chakras that most of you are familiar with are the ones that actually connect into the etheric layer and also connect into these other multiple astral layers, astral bodies. But the micro chakras, all the smaller chakras and other chakras, I believe they're more associated with the etheric layer, that next density. And so let's talk about the hand. I found this button. So it's a little bigger than a quarter, but this is a good representation of how large and what I feel like. So when I take my right hand and start actually feeling my left palm and fingers and the palm area and the wrist down here, I can feel where there's certain intensities of energy, or more or less vibration, emanating right from these different points. So after just my own experimentation on my own energy work, for me, I want to describe what I feel. I'm not sure if it's exactly the same for everybody, but there are other people who also feel these energies in their hand. And it's kind of interesting too how when people meet for the first time, boyfriend, girlfriend, first date, whatnot, it is very interesting and not a coincidence that when you hold hands, so let's say the guy's walking on the right side going down a sidewalk, and his left hand, which takes energy in, is holding hands with this other person they just met, and that other person's on the left side, and they have their right hand, which puts out energy. At least for me, that's what happens. And then that other person's hand that's actually pumping out energy is then interlocking with that other person's hand that's taking in energy. And it's interesting how we find these people, we run into people, we start dating and whatnot, and there's like certain people where you just start holding their hand like every day, right? Because it's kind of an instinctive energetic response to what's actually happening. So like, in our society, through this reality we live in, there's a lot of suppression about how a lot of the things we actually sense and feel within us and around us is actually energetically based, not all physically based. So while we are experiencing this human life, what's really happening is half of the things that you experience, sense, and feel are physical, are definitely physical, but the other half in reality is actually an energetic response, and you're feeling energies. So some people are like, hey, I can't really, I'm not energy sensitive, or I can't sense these things or feel these things or whatever. But you already are. It's just that we've been programmed to not associate certain types of feelings and senses, experiences. We've been programmed not to associate that with like spiritual or energetic stuff or non-physical stuff. We've been programmed to think that everything that we're experiencing is a physical interaction or response. But it makes so much sense. So next time you meet somebody and you're holding hands and whatnot, pay attention to what I'm talking about in this video, and it'll make a lot of sense. So let's go back to this representation of my hand and how I feel the energies and the micro chakras and whatnot. So yeah, the hand, my left hand, the energy port, when I feel it with my right hand, is basically the size of this button, and it's right there. It's right in the center of my palm. So that's the area where I feel vibration, energy within itself, which is associated with a vibration. And I don't feel it around it. It's just that one spot. And so I consider that like my that energy port within the palm. And then what I also experience and feel is these tiny string-like, thread-like, what they call micro chakra points on the hand. So for this example, I found a piece of metal wire. I'm not sure if you can see that. It's pretty small, and this is actually an accurate scale to how wide I feel the intensity and vibration from those different points on the fingers. And then I can also take the metal wire. I think especially a metal wire, not as opposed to like a piece of yarn or something like that. And then I can find my micro chakra points on my fingers. So for example, there's one here on my wrist. And so once I find that exact point, which is right here, I'll feel a vibrational response to that energy point. And it's in the bottom part here, so up to where my fingers are actually holding it. I know this piece is kind of a longer piece of metal wire, so this top part's flopping around and moving around and vibrating on its own because I'm moving my hand. But my awareness is just focused on the bottom part, just 2 to 3 inches up from where I'm hitting that energy point, and then feeling the vibration in my fingertips. In my fingertips, not in the whole piece of metal. So when I move around, I have the the wrist, and then there's 2 in the thumb. There's one there, and then one there, and then on my fingers, there's one here. There's one a little above it, and then up here. There's one here. There's one there, and there, and there. So actually, there is, I believe, 12 or 13 different energy points. Actually 12. So the energy port, 1. The wrist, 2. 2 on the thumb, that's 4. And then there's 4 fingers times 2 each, 8, so 12. So 12 different spots. So I really recommend, like, getting a piece of metal wire, and something really, really thin, though, skinny, because you want to, when you find that small chakra point, like right here, that's how white it is. So once you find it and you block it, like right on the spot, that's when you feel the vibrational response. But if you have it a little over here or whatnot, you're not going to feel that vibrational response as much, because that energy is not being impeded, or nothing's coming into the field of that energy, right? Does that make any sense? So this video is at 11 minutes, so I just wanted to talk a little bit about the energetic power, the magical power of our hands, and just kind of explain, like, how I feel my hand from over the years. And I hope that you guys can experiment and do energy work and practice feeling these, practice being aware, using your awareness in sensing all of these things, because they're part of our other energy bodies, and it's just like an integral part of just kind of that exploration kind of thing, with consciousness and awareness, to start, integrating more and more and more, and feeling and sensing these other layers we have to our multidimensional self. So, all right, guys, talk to you later. I'll do a video soon. Peace.